when Satan wants to attack the agency of mankind, he can do it in a variety of ways. He can try to change our perception of the law, change laws of the land to decrease people's freedoms. He can try to limit how much you learn. We have prophets who have repeatedly told us, get all the education you can, study the scriptures every day. That's not just to check boxes. That's to increase in our capacity to know and understand good from evil and to understand the law and to be able to make better decisions. In the face of these enticing opposition elements that we face in mortality, the more we overcome those, the more agency, the more freedom, the more capacity to act that we get. You look at the world that we live in, there are some people who think, man, the commandments and the laws of God, they are so limiting. It's quite the opposite. The more you keep the commandments, the more free to act you become, the more choices that become available to you. You want to talk to people who have given themselves over to saying, I don't need the law, I'm going to be free, I'm going to do whatever I want. Then you go and look in your maximum security sections of prisons across the nation, and you see what happens with freedom to choose when people disregard law and go against what knowledge of good and evil that they have and make poor choices. Then you watch what happens as they become bound down by those consequences that flow from the choices. And Satan wants us all to be miserable like unto him, like unto himself. So what does he do? He tries to get us to follow the pattern he did, which is disregard God's law and sin against him, and now you're bound. So as you go through the rest of 2 Nephi and the rest of the Book of Mormon, pay close attention to how God's prophets are constantly inviting and encouraging and setting up these doctrines and these ideas and these stories to try to help us understand God's law, know good from evil, stand up in the face of opposition and make the right choice, even though the wrong choice is really enticing.